Hello, my name is Alex. I'm a senior 3D artist at Crytek, and I'm responsible for doing the weapons for Hunt Showdown. In this Instagram story, I will guide you through the process of creating weapons with the example of the Crown and King Auto 5 shotgun. I will take you through the creation process of a typical weapon of Hunt, which starts with a white box model that we get into the game, with a high poly model, then the low poly model, and finally the texturing process. And then we take a look how the gun looks finally in the game. First step for creating a weapon for Hunt is gathering reference and doing research on the internet. And here we see our reference sheet for the Crown and King Auto 5. As a next step, we create a rough prototype model that has all the parts of the gun already there, like the handguard, the receiver, and the stock. And the shapes are already there, but just not as refined. In this stage, we can also prototype animations of the gun, so we see how certain mechanical parts are interacting with each other, and also we can make quick adjustments to the shape if needed. Last step, in this early stage of development, we test the gun in-game. We can already play with it and test its in-game behavior and even certain animations. In this stage, we have the high poly model of the Crown and King Auto 5 shotgun, and this model is now much more detailed with better shading and all the details and all the screws and parts modeled. This stage takes quite some time to complete because we spend extra time in modeling out all the different parts and all the functional elements of a gun, so we have it proper functioning in the game. Because the high poly model is too detailed to be rendered in a real-time engine, we have to now create a low poly model that is less detailed but can be rendered in a real-time environment, and we only use the shading of the high poly to create a nice rendering. We are in Substance Painter, where we texture our weapon, and for quickly texturing our weapons of Hunt we have a large library of procedural substances that we can just apply to our model. To get our final materials, we will first create a stamping pass where we create the engravings and dents, and then we continue to improve our materials and add details. And here we have the weapon in the final quality, so we can test it out, we can balance it in the final game and see if the materials and the animations work properly. This Instagram story, and stay tuned for even more Instagram stories about the weapons of Hunt. Feel free to check out my portfolio or our website and enjoy the game.